In this video, we will talk about a budget gaming PC under 38,000 rupees. So watch the full video and I will tell you everything about it. I have also made a video on budget build under 28,000. If you are interested, you can check it out by clicking up here. So this build which I'm going to show in this video is capable to play most of the new titles at 1080p Ultra or 1440p median settings, and I have added cheapest links of the part which we are going to use. So without much further ado, let's start. First we will talk about motherboard. I have selected Asus Prime H310ME for this build. It has 1151 socket which supports 8th generation and 9th generation Intel processors. It has 2 slots for DDR4 memory modules and it supports up to 2666 MHz speed. It has 4 SATA ports which support transfer speed up to 6 gigabits per second, enough for a hard disk write. And for SSD, it has one M.2 slot which supports transfer speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. And for the last, it has PCIe 3.0 slot for our external GPU. Coming to the ports, it has 2 dedicated ports for keyboard and a mouse. Below it, there's a VGA port with support resolution of 1920 by 1200 at 60 Hz, and a HDMI port which makes out at 4K 24Hz over 2K 60 Hz. Next, there are 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports. Below it, an Ethernet port and 2 USB 2.0 port, and last 3 audio input and output ports. Additionally, it has Asus Advanced BIOS and USB 3.1 connector for the USB on the front of the case. So this motherboard cost around 5100 rupees. Next, for processor, I have selected Intel i3 9100F. It is a quad-core CPU with 4 threads. Its base frequency is 3.6 GHz and has turbo boost frequency of 4.2 GHz. And it has 6 MB of cache. It supports maximum memory of 64 GB up to 24 MHz and support dual channel memory. It supports all Intel latest technologies like hyper-threading or virtualization. It retails at around 7200 rupees, so our total is 12,300 rupees. If you like the video so far, don't forget to leave a like, and a sub will be really appreciated. Next up is RAM. I think going with a single stick of 8GB RAM will be better for this build. I know 2 sticks of 4GB RAM will perform better, but if you go for a single stick of 8GB now, then you will have option to buy another 8GB RAM in future and have 16GB as your total RAM. So I have selected Corsair's 8GB of RAM. It has a speed of 24 MHz and it costs around 3,200 rupees. That makes our total 15,500 rupees. For the GPU, there can be no better graphic card than GTX 1650 for 12,500 rupees. It's built with NVIDIA's Turing architecture, same as NVIDIA's RTX series graphic cards. This Gigabyte GTX 1650 is an overclocked version and have 2 fans with alternate spinning for cooling. It is clocked at 1700 MHz with 4GB of GDDR5 graphics memory. It comes with 896 CUDA cores and operate across a 128-bit wide bus interface at speed of 8 gigabits per second. It supports Microsoft DirectX 12, Vulkan API and OpenGL 4.5. By the way, if you want to know more about Vulkan API, click here. And it is fully compatible with NVIDIA's G-Sync. Talking about ports, it has 1 display port and 2 HDMI which supports up to 8K at 60 Hz. Price for this Gigabyte GTX 1650 is 12,500 rupees. So now we have a total cost of 28,000 rupees. For storage, I would recommend a hybrid storage and 120GB of SSD which will have your operating system for faster loading and booting time, and a 1TB 7200 RPM hard disk for storing big file. You can go with Western Digital's 120GB Green M.2 SSD and Western Digital's WD10EZEX 1TB hard disk. Combined, both cost around 5,800 rupees. Alternatively, If you don't want bigger storage, you can buy Western Digital's Green 480GB of SSD, which cost around the same. So now we have a total of 33,800 rupees. And powering all this will be Corsair VS450. It will be enough for GTX 1650 and i3 9100F processor. And above all, Corsair is very much reliable for the PSU. Cost for this PSU is around 2500 rupees, which means now we are at 36,300 rupees. And the house for all this will be Entech NX200. It is a cool looking case with gaming aesthetics. It has RGB light in the front and it comes with a pre-installed fan. Talking about ports, it has one USB 3.0 and one USB 2.0, and additionally you will also find dedicated 3.5mm microphone and headphone jack. This beautiful case cost around 2500 rupees. So now our final total is 38,800 rupees. If you want to see how it performs in game, click here for FPS test. So that's all about this build. I hope you like the video. Share with your friends and comment if you have any doubt or any other questions. I will be happy to help you out. Thanks. Stay home, stay safe.